In the world of appearance we live in, we feel obliged to be happy. But me too, I know that life is not always easy. Today's technique for better living is self-compassion. It's an antidote to the destructive self-criticism that paralyzes and often prevents any progress. Numerous studies have shown that, contrary to popular belief, treating ourselves with compassion and kindness in the face of failure make people more likely to study harder after a bad result, for example. So for today, let's try to recognize when things are not going well and treat ourselves as we would speak to our best friend. The principle is to acknowledge our emotions when life is challenging us, saying to ourselves, yes, it's difficult and I'm sad. Talk to yourself as you would talk to your best friends to comfort them and give yourself hope. Giving hope to live a bit happier is precisely the purpose of happier.tube channel. So please share and subscribe. It will be useful to others too. Listening is probably one of the most complicated things to do. Me too, with my years of practice, I still get it wrong sometimes. The technique of active listening helps to avoid the major pitfalls we bump into in our conversations. Active listening is a process divided into 5 elements: listening carefully, paraphrasing, reflecting back, not judging, and not giving advice. It's a positive way of engaging in conversation because it allows the speaker to feel listened to and heard. 2 very important elements to have a productive conversation, especially if the subject is difficult. These 5 elements are simple, but I promise you that it's not easy to apply. Not easy, but well worth it. Active listening is very useful both in private life and at work, so go for it. And most importantly, share this tip with someone from whom it might be useful and subscribe. You are supporting us. Out of waiting for Friday evening. Today's technique is called job crafting. The idea is, while accepting to stay in the same role, you create a new and useful meaning to better live with your working day. It takes several elements to redesign your work, but the first step is to voluntarily create meaning in what we do to be more in line with our values. This takes some thinking and creativity. A barman may decide that what matters to him is to make his customers smile. A human resource planner may decide that her job is to make people's lives the best she can within the constraints of the company. The possibilities are endless. Submit your ideas in the comment below and share this video and subscribe. It may be useful to others. Mindfulness meditation has many benefits, but it's hard to get started. Me too, I had to make an effort to make it a habit without telling you to become a certified teacher like me. I also had a hard time to work against my prejudices. We will talk about that later. To start a mindfulness practice from scratch, I suggest 2 simple steps. First, forget everything you think you know about meditation. At this point, simply understand mindfulness as awareness, just that, being aware. The second step is to limit yourself to just 1 minute of practice. Yes, 1 minute. Less time than it takes for a coffee machine to warm up in the morning. During this minute, simply observe 3 things: the sensation under your feet, whether your thoughts are calm or agitated, and whether an emotion dominates the moment, positive or negative. That's all. It's the practice that counts, and 1 minute is enough to begin with. And remember, 1 step at a time is enough, and if you do it every day, it goes a long way. There are times in life when we feel overwhelmed. It happens to me too, more often than I would like. Today's technique is called dropping the anchor in the storm. It is especially helpful when we are feeling pain or anxiety. It's not about suppressing, on the contrary, but about observing these difficult feelings and realizing that we have some control. Dropping the anchor can be done anywhere. It is first to silently acknowledge that we are not well, planting our feet firmly on the ground. There is pain, but there is also a body around this pain. Feel your feet, your arms. Then count 5 objects you can see around you. Count also 5 sounds you can hear. Feel your body move, stretch. And finally, there is the place you are in. Observe it. Do as I do, practice often so you can use dropping the anchor when you really need it. And share this video with someone from whom it could be useful.